Hello gang, that is the sound of the start of the episode of Boundless Bay. Gang, welcome back. It's been about a week and a half. If you missed the video I put on about Starfield and the impacts it was going to have on video content, it was just explaining that things were going to be pushed right until we got through a bit of Starfield. Starfield's still going strong on the channel, however we are getting back into video content because we've got much to crack on with this series. And that's right, the next Transport Fever 2 series episode that is coming out on the channel is going to be the official beginning of Season 2 of Billy's Bluff. So very excited for that. Can't wait to get back into Billy's Bluff. So much to do on that map. So much to see. So can't wait to get around. If you did miss the prequel episodes I put out where we revisited the actual map, then I'll put them in the top right hand corner right now. You can click that link and it will take you and you can check out the revisits to Billy's Bluff, and then you can come back here and enjoy this episode. What are we doing here today? Well, we finished off the QPG mainline. Well, the basic infrastructure of it with the passenger. It's going to have some freight services run up and down it as well as we progress on further. But, however, like I always state, the main infrastructure is in place, ready for us to push forward. Today we're going to be setting up the second part of the line on this side of the map before we can then hook it up down the bottom. And we'll just get off this view right now. As much as this was a really enjoyable view just then, this line's running really well, by the way. These are doing fantastic. We're actually going to have to bolster up these trains very soon, because if you look down here, we've got 224 people still sitting on the deck there. We've got 89 that way and 91 that way. Here, stop 1 at Gladstone is not too good. Stop 2 at Gladstone is brilliant. We're going to be working at Port Charles and Glenburn today, getting ready for our hookups to Masterton. So basically, today's episode is going to be about getting a train line from Glenburn down to actual Port Charles. So how we do that, we're probably just going to follow the bouncing ball here and do a nice sort of rail ride along this road. However, down along the beach would be quite nice, along the coastline, wouldn't it? Oh, that could lead to some magical, wonderful lines. However, if we come through this way, we've got this beautiful big valley we're sort of traversing through. However, we might do something a little bit different here. I think we will go the coastal route for the passengers. And what we're actually going to do is we might set up a freight route that goes through the valley for, well, freight, basically. And I think that will divvy up those two lines nicely, so the passengers down here aren't interacting with the freight, and we keep it clean that way. Until they get to about here anyway, there's probably going to be a junction or something that comes down to Port Charles, or we just have freight all up here and we just truck down to Port Charles. But I assume we're going to need something to connect up via Masterton to Port Charles and Glenburn for freight also. It kind of makes sense. However, there probably will be a line that runs all the way down along this coastal front too. So that's quite exciting. All right, so what does that mean? Well, we need to look at right now getting a building in, basically a train station. We're going to go 240 high speed and catenary. We're going to keep it all same as we have already in previous things. So this will be the last train. Is it going to be the last train line we put in here until we figure out what's going on over here? We might look at doing some product stuff. We might even start looking at shipping. I want to get some ships in that start connecting ships up to places as well, for Riversdale Beach. Right, so that's a thing we need to get sorted out also. But in the meantime, let's just keep going on with this. Look, we could come right on the beach here. However, I don't really want to. We could punch right up through there. This right here lends itself for a lovely strip straight down the middle, doesn't it? Oh, it really does. Oh, yeah, okay, we're doing it. Pause. I like how you say we're doing it as you're actually destroying it. Yeah. It's just too good to be true. True blue. The other thing is, I might be able to get another. Yeah, if we go about there, I might actually be able to get No mucking around today, gang. We're just straight into it, right? Passenger buildings. I might be able to get a couple on here. Oh, you brilliant. You beauty. That is brilliant. We can get a connection to there. So let's go. I'm going to put one like there. Okay. Will I? No, I won't get one there, but I might get. No, I won't. I can get that in there. Can I get a bigger one in? No. So we're going with the little ones. So we'll pop one in there. We'll pop one over here. I'll try and avoid taking out too many buildings with it. Yeah, that's kind of... the more of these buildings I have scattered throughout here, the more connection points you get. So if we click on this now... There we go. You can see the connection points. I got there in the end. I was doing something funny. Okay, so you can see we've pretty much got the whole town covered. Well, not pretty much, we do. So that's probably enough. We've got connection everywhere. Next, it'll just be about running the lines out. So I'm just going to do the easy ones right here. I'm just going to literally run that out there, keep that flat. A couple of things I did do because it had been bugging me on the QPG line. That's nice and flat through there. That's brilliant. I'll just run back over here. It was actually down in here in Queenstown. I actually started putting in some little side streets here as well for the AI to build up in, and I actually put in my own little homemade hotel slash mansion house just here. I think it came up really nice. But yes, I fixed up this humpy, lumpy, bumpy road just here. It was almost like a driveway for the trains. I actually had a massive step to hop down. Well, I actually fixed it all up and redid that track. So that's all nice and flat and smooth now. Okay, so that's done. Right, so that's pretty good out of there. We don't need to do any more there today because that is going to shoot down that way eventually. Well, actually, I'm going to need somewhere for the trains to turn around at the moment, aren't I? The good thing is I can probably do this. Let's get a passenger one just here. Can I make it... I'll make it 120. I'm going to put it... If you do that... You're going to end up in the water, aren't you? Potentially. So it's going to come up here. How am I doing this? You drive in here. You'd be better off if it backed out. There's no way for it to back out though, Ham. So it does need to come out here. It needs to come out here and do a little... well, see, it's only temporary, right? So it needs to come out here and do a little, like, balloon. Literally, like a little balloon. Back on itself. Are we going to get that to just do that, are we? Yeah, okay, sweet. That's... so down that side, around there, and back down. That's fine. That's totally fine. The good thing is we can kind of shape this track now to be like down there. Just plonk that in for me. And then we'll get a run to see how the track is going along the road. Because we laid all that out pretty well, it makes the road bend to our will. You can see right there. Which I'm totally fine with. The road can do that. What I'm not fine with is we need to kick this back pretty much like that ASAP. And we're going to try and follow that road like there. Brilliant. You know I'm all about windy track. That sort of serpentines and snakes through the town. I think you just get a really brilliant look of train coming through town. I've always liked it. With a bit of decoration, it can come up really lovely as well. So we're good through there now. The AI can keep building. The AI have access to each side of the track. Notice how a lot lately I have really been going away from putting bridges in towns a lot. I used to put a lot of bridges in town. We're just going to keep following this road here like this. I wonder if we can actually... I actually want to come like that if I can. You're not going to let me. It'd be lovely. It'd be actually really lovely. Let's see if we can just tuck you back there. That's brilliant. Are we going to stick with that stone bridge? I would really prefer you to not have the big pillar. Like, I'd prefer you to just be like that. I do this in sections. I might be able to get what I want here. Yes, I just want you, because you're low set, you're not up high, we can get away with not having the actual structure supports on top, and then you just run alongside next to the road, and you're all back to normal there. So that's actually really, really nice. That actually worked out brilliantly, especially with this road just tucked in. That's a really pretty bit of track. I can't wait to ride this later. Now, we are going to do this pretty easy, but before we crack on with the rest of that build, we're going to put in the station. Yeah, that's the word. I don't know why that was such a struggle. We're going to put in a station literally up around the back here. I think is brilliant. What we can do eventually is we can get probably, well, I don't know how we're going to do freight, if we're going to just tuck freight just out of town. But eventually I think we can just do that. I'm going to knock that road out of there and that road out of there, because we're going to put the station up here, and then the track's going to come through town into the station, and it's actually going to wend potentially back out and down that way back into the track line. I thought we'd just do something a little bit fun and different like that. So if we get you sort of well, let's spin you to begin with. Yeah, I kind of need you more like that way, don't I? So realistically, I know that's taken a lot of people out. These roads are kind of in my way, and we'll fix them up shortly. But I need you, yeah, I need you more like that. So if I get you there, I can put in my own bus and truck station. Well, not so much truck, but bus station for it. We don't have a lot of room for turnaround here either. Just FYI. Let's get the tracks in now. You can see we're kind of straight into it today, aren't we? No mucking around. I've been itching to get back here and do some stuff. Right, so you're quite high through there. What happens if we bring you out here? Just not quite. It would have been really nice to get you slightly bridged over the road. Oh, it really would have been. I tell you what, that road there might not have to be there. And what I'm going to do, see how I don't typically like just a big like waterfall drop off effect here. I'll probably put up a little bit of mountain. The water's fine. You can just imagine that the water just keeps going. But for the land, it looks a bit silly as it just drops off. So what I will typically do is raise a bit of a mountain edge there. So we'll get our terrain tool, and I'll typically do something like this. Right. And I know that's beach, but I'll probably paint that up to be like mountainy sort of stuff. So we just sort of typically do something like this. That's not a thing. And then we'll get this paint. Well, actually what I'll do is I'll make this more like rocky sort of stuff. Right, like that. Around through there. We'll get some of this heavier stuff up the top like that. Then we'll start petering it down with a bit of like dirt down around the bottom. I'll sort of start blending it a little bit like that. Right. There we go. Lovely. That's just going to give that a bit of a nicer like, okay, it's not just actual end of the world sort of stuff. And then this train line can follow that way there. I'm actually going to keep this at that height. And I do want to really try and get this. There we go. We got it. You brilliant little thing. I'm going to keep this as the viaduct stone bridge through here. I just think it has a nice little feel for this little town. We don't need it to be super quick coming through here. It is a corner coming into the station. So I'm happy to leave it. And then we can kind of viaduct down the beach here a little bit until we need to peter out. But that's brilliant. I'm actually okay with that. If I just take you out this way now, and what I want to do is I do want to have a little bit of tunnel there, so that's even better. Then we're going to swing down into here. It's going to be a tight twist, but we might actually come this way, cut the corner just a little bit, hug down here before rejoining back along that way. So yeah, take that. Right. Don't worry about the road, how it humps up like that. Not my concern. The road is not my concern. Alright, what we will do though is we will get you to come around here. I know it sort of ruins their beach a little bit, doesn't it? It really does kind of ruin their beach just a touch. If I can somehow, can I get you... Now it's going to make this go a little bit sharper, but I'm not really fussed. If I can get you tighter that way, it really reduces the speed through here, but yeah, I kind of want you to shoot that way for me. Oh, we're going off the viaduct as well, are we? Oh, okay. Not a thing I typically want to do. I kind of wanted you to do that. So I am going to put that there, but I'm going to fix the roads so they're not... damn it. That's sort of done that, hasn't it? Okay. What I'm going to do... That's ridiculous. So we're not going to have that. I am going to leave that road there because I do want to get the connection back up. But I typically wanted to leave a little bit of beach space for them. What it means is down here is going to need to be all like repainted as well, because you know my policy on train track just floating on sand. You know, you wouldn't build a castle on sand, would you? Wouldn't build your prized house straight on the sand. You'd actually put some solid foundations under it, so your house didn't, or your castle just didn't float away, right? Some more rocky sort of stuff through there. Right, maybe a little bit more dirty kind of stuff. Have we got some like... That's like soil. I didn't typically want really soil. I suppose it can mix in. I more want... Yeah, give me some of the... Yeah, give me some of that. Okay. That's very strong. Take it back out with a little bit of that. And you get what we're sort of doing here anyway. And then what we can do is just ease up some of that through there. Okay, just really give that a slight little easement. Okay, and we've got this lovely little bit of road here we can bring around. I'm actually going to set you like that. Brilliant. Little coastal road that comes around here. Now I know that's kind of cutting that back in, but I'm okay with that, right? You can just be flat how you want to be there. And I'm really liking that. What I do want to do... Well, hang on a minute. This lends itself to something a little bit spectacular if we do something like this. Oh, yeah. Okay, what happened to that bridge we just had here before? Huh, take the tractor a little bit further then. We are going to have to shoot down that way. I don't know how long we're going to keep this flat, but just for the moment, just keep that flat for me. I just want to see if I can get this. Odd that we got that before and now we don't have that. Odd that it wants to do it like that too. Just come up. 1, 2, 3, 4 is the magic number generally. That's quite high, isn't it? How did I get that before and now we just don't have that? There we go, we got it. Now what I can do is I can take a little bit of that back. Just do something like this. Come on, we can get that. You can get it. You can get what I want. You know what I want here. Brilliant. That's all I want. Okay, so. About there, you will come on that angle. Brilliant. That's that. That's that in a hat. I wonder if, you know what I do? You know what I really want to do? I want to take this out, so... Oh dear. I do want to take that out and see if I can get this in. Yeah, I knew you were going to do that. Ham, you ruined it. I've ruined it again, team. Right, I eventually got kind of what I wanted. I don't want that little bit there, but you know what? We might just cover it up with something. It took me a... you know what we could do? We could actually just slot like an old sheddy warehouse thing down here, couldn't we? Oh, give me something good that would work in there. Yeah, like some old buildings. Oh, we can do something really fun actually, like the little buildings under the little abandoned buildings under the stairs and stuff. I mean, under the stairs, under the bridge. Give me like that. Yeah, do something like that. Then all you do is you just get some, let's get some trees in. Right, put some of those in. And you can see, you just get this like little abandoned looking building just under the bridge there. Brilliant. And then you just paint it up and do all that sort of fun stuff, you know, much like we did before. And just soften that up. That's kind of going to hide it a little bit, I know. Yeah, okay, just like that. Cool, right? This track is running flat all the way through there, so we don't need to worry. And then it gives us the opportunity for AI to build out here. I don't care if the AI want to build on the beach and stuff. We might clean it up later if they do. But it gives us a little bit of, you know, just a little bit of something neat, unique, and different, where the road comes over the top here and goes underneath over here. And I really dig that. I really actually think that's cool. Okay. We got there in the end. It took me a little bit to get that fixed, but we got there in the end. Right, before I crack on with this bit, we are going to need to come lower. But the good thing is we've got a long way to do it. Before I come... actually, we should start to come lower from about here, shouldn't we? So, here's what we do. From about here... Hopefully I haven't taken that back too far. From about there, I'm going to get my height just here. So my height is going to be like that, right? That's going to be my height to work with. Then you're going to come around like this, up to there, where we get a nice gradual plug-in. And not some big roller coaster dip, but you'll get a nice gradual... Yeah, look at that. That's a really nice, just a really nice slow slope. The other thing is this one here, what we can do is, because we know we're flat here, it's going to come off like that. Like such. I hope that's not going to give us the derailment. And then you're going to be there as well. Right, and then we get that nice sort of look through there. That is acceptable. That is acceptable. Right, and then we know that bit of track around here will come in and down into that way. Before we then zhoosh off around the corner here. Keeping it nice and tight, aren't we, at the moment? Right. Let's get this one hooked up. I will come from this direction. How do you feel about that road? I feel like it doesn't matter too much. We're going to come straight across there. I'll fix the road up after. Yeah, it's doing horrible things to the road, not the track. You know what? I don't even think we need that at the moment. It's only connecting that, so we're just going to leave it for the moment. As long as the game, if the game's not complaining about it, then we're leaving it. So we're going to come. We are going to come slight angled that way before we kick back around here. Do a little bit of a tunnel through. Because we can do some tunnel, remember. Some little tunnels are fine. It's the big ones that aren't. Right, and then we're going to hug We're going to hug this spot just here. We have to be wary now. I'm actually going to do something here where I actually pull this down into there, because it's going to give us our decline, basically. It's either an incline or a decline. I can't really tell at the moment if that's inclining or declining. That's actually quite interesting. And you know what I want to do? I actually want to hit the N for November key here and lower that line all the way down, actually, because I felt like it was raising. Yeah, I think that's better. So then we'll just we'll snap to you and follow you all the way through. And I think that just, you know, like, rather than just train comes into station, train goes back out of station, we've now got this something really cool. It comes in through along the beach. You've got this little mountain pass here under the sort of under the bridge, over the bridge, into the station, and then through the little valley here and back out. And I think that'll just be really nice. Okay. That's all the hookups for there, isn't it? So that has worked out a treat. Right, what we'll do is, before we kick off the rest of the line there, let's get a road in here. We've got a connection point just there for our road. We're going to keep this fairly simple, Simon. Okay. You've even got a connection point to just there. I'm going to run you straight into here, though. It takes out a couple of buildings. Can we just take out one? Happy to just take out one. You're going to end up taking a couple out there. Unavoidable. It is what it is. I'm going to keep you going on this way. Right. Keep you coming that way. You're on a bit of a funny angle there, but that's fine too. And then, yeah, you just keep doing things like that, right? We just get nice connections through town. Let's get a connection from that road to that road. Right, just start getting this town hooked up a little bit more. We've got another sort of connection that way. Let's get you angled out here. Right, upgrade that. You got a nice little curved road sort of thing here, but we'll actually do some stuff like that. Yeah, that can go like that. Right. We're just sort of helping the AI out decide where it's going to go here. Okay, so the other thing is I kind of wanted to get... it's got fairly decent connection, but we are going to need a bus stop. So let's give these guys a... we'll just give them a single platform. Yes, yes, yes. A single platform. Can we... oh, we can too. Brilliant. Right, you're going to go there. Configure now. No, I want to configure this, please. Right. You're going to have that. Can we get... no, we can't. That's fine. That's totally fine. It's just a bus stop at the end of the day anyway. What you don't have... where are you crossing, by the way? Ooh, good question. Well asked. It'll be crossing right here, where I actually put this connection in. Right there. You can see the zebra crossing just there. And there. Right, so they can cross the street to go straight into the station. I wonder if we should also... passenger... if we can slot in... no, we cannot. We can get more of that in. I will put one in there. Ah, brilliant. I can put one in down here, so I will take that. What I cannot get, though... yeah, that gives us nothing. But what it will mean is you've got more connection area out there. Actually, that's really good. Wow, that's actually ended up really well. Let's just get a couple of stops in anyway, so we're prepared. What's this? Ingo's, but we'll just use the regular bus shelter, thanks, this time. So, if we're coming in... if traffic is coming in... if it's coming in that way, does that mean it's going... so let's say we put a stop here. It comes around, we'll put a stop over here. Even though they're not being utilized yet, we'll put another stop in down here. And we'll put a stop in down here. And one in downtown, just before heading back up. So we're just going to go like this. Bish, bash, bosh. right? Yeah, that's brilliant. We're going to make you that color. We're going to literally just call you, where are we again? We're Glenburn. So Glenn's, this is Glenn's house. Glen City Commuter Bus. Okay, brilliant. Yeah. Get me the president. I kind of want this hooked up now through here. I wonder if we can take the, let's take the crossing up here further. This makes more sense. If I can have you just like here, that's at least kind of acceptable, you know? And it means that we can now actually have a connection, like downtown here. Right, you can go back to that skinny road, you can stay like that. I'll keep you like that for the moment. Right, that's fine, that's our connection out of there now. That is going. That's a horrible connection, so we'll fix that. Be like that. Then let's get our trucks in. We can bosh them in just here. We can buy a couple of buses. And we can go, you know what, we use this one. We will use the Gaggenau. We'll put like 3 of them on. They can go on Glen City Commuter. Right, cool. Get it, got it, good. Let's continue on with our line here. You think it's going to be a quick build sometimes, you know, we're just putting a line from there to there. And we know we're running down here. Put in the station, off you go. But then, you know, you add the buses, you add the commuter lines, you fix up some of the streets, you get a kind of, you get a flow through the town how you want it to look, and all of a sudden things just start costing money. We are going to keep playing. By the way, why are we off that? So we're starting to slightly come down angle here. So what we want to do, we want to keep flat, I think, all the way around to there. Oh, this is actually, okay, we've actually got a long way to go along here. Let's use, yeah, okay, so we're going to use the inside. We're going to use the inside section here. Now we are going to do slight cut throughs of the mountain like this. Right, we are going to do slight cut throughs. However, we want to leave enough room for the second part of the line to be able to come around and not get a bridge pillar collision. This is going to be pretty. This is going to be a pretty ride. So we're just going to cut you like that. We're going to leave you viaduct. I would prefer you to have the red bridge. Yeah, like that. We'll try. No, see, bugger. Okay, have that like that. Yeah, that's good. You just have to do it in sections. If you don't want to have the big support, the structure, just do it in little sections, little stabs at it. Okay, now this here, we can cut back to that way, and that's worked out brilliant. We're keeping this nice and flat as we go. Hopefully once we ride this, it's not too roller coastery. I'm trying to make it so it's not. I'm trying to make it nice and even as much as we can. This is going to be really nice through here. Oh, everyone get your tickets out. Get your tickets ready to ride on board. Right, can I get a little bit of tunnel in a couple of sections here? I just wanted you to go tunnel for me. Yeah, there's a little bit of, I wanted you to go more tunnel up here. Yeah, like that. Little tunnel, then exposed, then little tunnel, then we can sort of swing back that way. Brilliant. We're going to cut across the water here. So you got bridges, exposures, bridges, exposure, tunnels, exposure, bridges, tunnels, everything. You know how it works. Okay, the more, the merrier. Let's get you now. We're able to do this in sections again, because we are going to stick with the same theme bridge through here. Right, we're going to have you out in the water a little bit further, which will be quite tasty. Once again, we're not making this a feature bridge. It's literally just a little expanse bridge. Okay. Just like that. Brilliant. And we're going to really... I think we have to start coming down. We're quite high here. So, let's just do a little bit of a... oh, yeah, okay. So then you throw that in. If I just do that for the moment... And I'll fix that bridge up shortly because I'm actually happy with that. And starting it out fairly long, right, what it does is because we're going from this higher height here down to a lower height, I'm just allowing myself to have that big gradual run downhill. I'm going to switch this bridge out now, but... right, so we get what we want here. Like that, except... bugger. Actually, are we going to get what we want? Are you the same height here? I think you... No, you are not the same height. If I just do this... Right. If I do this... Okay, now but... Now take it like this. Bugger. I just don't know how I'm going to get this without having to put in a support. Oh, there we go. Just do it in the sections now. Oh, that worked out a treat. Oh, don't you love it when it inadvertently just worked out for us? Look at that. We got a little bit of... This is what I'm talking about. Bridge, tunnel, exposure, bridge. Bridge, into town, turn around, do it all again. Right. This town here, we're not going to worry about... we're not going to worry about buses for the moment. As you can see, Port Charles, everything's within walking distance. The thing we want to do... We're only going to be running one train on this for the moment as well. We are going to run a waypoint just here. Okay. It is going to be running singular. However, it is going to come... So when it comes down the outside here, I do want to have it run like this so it knows it has to run like that. So it comes around the outside, into the outside there, comes the outside down here. Yeah, brilliant. Before having to go back onto here. Right, so when we put this line in, it should actually work without me having to do too much to it. So if we go like this, right, then the next one we go to is Port Charles. Yes, and that should just work out. Except no. Yeah, I don't want you that way. I want you in Glenburn, number 2. Yes. I don't know why it would switch. Like, I clicked on that to go that way, and it switched. But either way, that's exactly what I thought might happen for it. So that's brilliant. We're going to go the bright green. We're going to call this... Now, we've got the QPG up here because it's got all the towns' names in it. We're going to call this the PG, right? So this is the, or the GP. We'll call this the GP because it's not the QPG, it's just the PG coastline. PG coastline. Okay, probably don't need to write line in it, but we're going to. PG coastline, and that is like literally just that. I think that's going to be brilliant. It's going to be brilliant to ride this along today. We will put... We will put... Where are we going to get our trains? Let's put the temporary depot down here. Like I said, temporary depots until we get stuff sorted. This one here, building depot. Thank you. Step off my depot. Can we just slot it? Well, actually the town's going to sort of come out here and consume it a little bit, isn't it? Just slap it there. We can always delete it later. If you just plug into there, brilliant. Okay, it's temporary, so don't worry about it. Let's buy a train. We will buy, we don't need anything crazy. We do have the Class S. Let's go with the JF1 because I don't think we've typically used it. Introduced to cope with the increasing freight traffic. Okay, it's more of a freight train, so we won't utilize that so much. The SU we haven't really used a lot either. Let's just use the SU because it does get up to 115 clickety clacks. It is a little more expensive to run, but I think we'll be okay. Let's go passenger wagons. Let's go to 20 this time. Let's get it to 60 capacity. I have no doubt that that's going to increase exponentially over the next you know, couple of episodes. So much like the other area. Buy that. Set it on PG coastline. Brilliant, ladies and gentlemen. Give us a toot. Give us a toot. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, gang. Thank you for joining me today. It's good to be back. If you haven't already, please consider subscribing and staying up to date with all the content going on the channel. And even if it's not your thing, even if Starfield's not your thing, I completely understand that and I completely get it. It's totally fine. I'd still love you to just drop in and say, hey, Ham. Just wanted to say hi. And maybe enjoying or not enjoying the Transport Fever 2 content you've got on. But if you're coming in to say hi, I would think you're coming in to say hi. You can come in and complain to me as well. I do take criticism, guys. If you have any criticism or you have any tips you would like to tell me, do not hesitate to put them in the comment section down below. I listen to everything. If you have a concern or if I talk too much, please, I do take it on board and I do make note of it. Alright. We are going to get on board here. I'm going to reset this now. Oh, this is brilliant. Please stay safe wherever you are. Next episode, Billy's Bluff. Billy's Bluff. I don't know why I'm doing the Postman Pap theme song. Anyway, stay safe wherever you are. Stay glued to your screen. Get out of here.